What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with another Moderna update video, ticker symbol MRNA, where we take a look at how Moderna stock has been traded today. We'll also take a look at some really key pieces of news that came out today and over the past couple of days, and why the stock is up about 8% on the day. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me go ahead and hit record here, and we will get right into the video. So as you can see, great green day for Moderna. We are up about $12.36 on the day, which is about 8.6%, down about $1 in the after hours. But that's okay. Moderna stock has been doing really well this past week. Now, we did sell off from kind of the 180s level all the way to the 120s, which was getting to be a little bit oversold, right? The overall market was not looking too great these past couple of weeks. And then this past week is when we saw a little bit of a turnaround started, and actually that's when we saw Moderna going from being in the 120s to again, pushing the mid 100s mark, and now today finally at 156. So let's take a look at the key pieces of news that I was talking about. And the first news that is that Moderna actually has a COVID vaccine candidate testing on children. So what are we seeing there? Let me click the link and we will get right into it. Oh, I think I opened the same link twice. So this one is about they're doing vaccine candidate testing on children, and the way that they're doing that is they are doing a phase 2 and 3 study. It's called Kid Cove. Their vaccine candidate for children's age 6 months to less than 12 years, which is super weird because I think right now their current vaccine is only for 18 plus, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know where the 12 to 18 year olds go. Do they not get a vaccine, or am I missing something here? But maybe they're testing it on the under 12 years and are just going to give it to up to 18. I don't know, but we'll see. So they're going to get about 6,750 pediatric participants, and they're actually going to give them 2 doses apart and then evaluate how that goes. Fauci did mention that high school age children should get vaccinated in the fall. I think there's been a lot of articles around herd immunity and whether or not we can get there without vaccinating children. Some say we can, some say we can't. Either way, for us Moderna stockholders, what we care about was what they have in the pipeline, right? If they have something that can bring them more revenue, which if this goes successfully, right, you talk about vaccinating kids across the US, as schools open up, maybe that's a requirement. Great revenue booster for Moderna, and that's what we see here. The other news, I guess I don't have it open yet, but they were talking about a little bit of a booster shot, if I am not mistaken. So let's see here. Maybe I can just Google it and get there faster. But Moderna booster shot, yeah. So next generation coronavirus vaccine. This is what we're talking about. Oh yeah, so this is the one. So they said on yesterday, that they're actually going to start a new vaccine candidate that does not have to be stored at the freezer temperature, right? That's the one thing that Johnson & Johnson really has going for it, is that it is so easy to store and so easy to administer, right? Single dose. You can store it, however, you can store it for longer, whereas Moderna and Pfizer are limited because you have to store it at certain temperatures, and it's a 2-dose, 28 days apart, right? So this would be a game changer for countries that are, more developing countries that maybe can't do the whole logistics that it takes to get the 2-dose vaccine. So they're going to do the safety and immunogenicity of the next generation vaccine, 3-dose levels. So what they're also testing is that they're going to do it as a single dose or 2 doses 28 days apart. I'm assuming we're going to get data of both, and it might be like, oh, if you take 1 dose, it's 80% effective, and if you take 2, it's 90-something% effective, maybe. And so at that point, if you're good with kind of that 80% or whatever, you could do that as well. They're also going to do the new vaccine mRNA 1283 as a potential booster shot in future studies. So great, news there. Booster vaccine candidates, maybe new candidate that is going to be not, at such crazy low temperature, maybe even a 1-dose candidate. So all of these combined with the kids vaccine that they potentially have coming out is great news for the stock, and I think that's definitely one of the reasons why I pushed up, as the market overall was relatively flat today, right? So let's take a look here on the 1-day chart, and we'll see how we traded. So as you can see, right, nicely above the 153 level, we broke above, made a high of 157, pulled back, and then came right back up. Again, on a 5-day chart, you could see just how much the stock has gone up, especially, from kind of the 130s to the 150s over the past 2 days, because that's when we kind of got those two big pieces of news. Now, Moderna stock, was getting kind of oversold here in the 33s, but it tends to have these cycles, as you can see, right? So we went all the way up to the 170s, went all the way down to visit the 89 EMA and the 100 low 100s level, pushed all the way, made a new high, came right back down, and then now we are starting to push up again. So where is Moderna stock going from here? Well, if you see on my chart here, we've got certain levels. The next level that it has to break, in my opinion, is 160 and then 164, and then that kind of sets us up for 172 and 177. And then on the downside, we've got support here at 153 and then also at 145. Now, those are what I'm looking at if it goes up and then if it goes down. Let me get rid of these drawings here for just a second, and I want to point out to you that, again, we are nicely, for the first time, since this fall started, above all these 5 exponential moving averages. So we've also got good support here at 21 and 34 EMA in the 145 and 146. And then we've got 2 more down here at 142s. And then the kind of main last one is at 132. Hopefully we don't see 132s. And I'm hoping that we bounce at the 145 70s, 146 70s in the 21 and 34 EMA. But what I'm hoping for is, remember that we could pull back just a little bit, right? But what I'm hoping for is, again, and especially, right, a lot of this is based on the trials. But what I'm hoping for, let me get those drawings back. If we can run up to the 180s in the next couple of weeks, months, as this box will show you, that's about a 15% return, which is not too bad. If we run up towards all-time highs, right, that's about a 22% return. And if Moderna stock can hit 200s this year, which I definitely think that we can. Look, if we get more orders, I say we like I own the company, right? If Moderna gets more orders, if Moderna gets, a vaccine approval for kids, if Moderna gets a vaccine approval for a kind of 1-dose refrigerated, easy to administer vaccine, I think absolute game changer. 200s is definitely in the books. That would imply a 28% return from where we are now. But now let's say it pulls back to, maybe 150, or, it pulls back to this 145. Like I'm talking about, not saying it will, and not saying that, you should just sit around and wait for that. But from that point to the 200 mark would be a 36-37% upside, which is absolutely amazing. And even to the all-time high, it would be, kind of the high 20s. So I definitely think a lot of growth potential, and I know that I'm drawing this line straight up, but remember that nothing in the stock market is straight up. It'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, go down. If you are a long-term Moderna shareholder, what you care about is that Moderna is 200. What you should care about, or the mentality you should have, if you believe in the company, is whether or not you still think it can be 200 at the end of the year. You shouldn't care as much about 156 to 150 to 160 to 140 if you're looking, and again, that's assuming everything about Moderna stays the same, and you are hoping that it'll be a $200 company, $200 stock by the end of 2021, which again, I think largely depends on their vaccine candidates, other vaccine candidates, not just COVID, but also depends on their kid COVID vaccine and their refrigerator / 1-dose friendly COVID vaccine. If that happens, I think 200s is definitely in the books. Remember to always kind of add into your positions slowly. If you are a short-term trader in Moderna, obviously you care more about the levels. Not saying you should never care. I know it's hard to see stocks in the red. But what I want to say is, if you are building out a position in Moderna, make sure to buy little at a time. That way, if there's a pullback, it gives you the chance to add. and you know, so on and so forth, right? You don't want to buy everything at 156. Look, if it goes from 156 to 186, great, right? You're up. But if it goes from 156 to 150 and you've put all your money in, you can't really, you know, add there. So always be sure to add slowly, add on pullbacks, dollar cost average into your shares. And I think long term, you'll definitely come out ahead. And also always diversify. That's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are. And I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. And until next time.